couldn't find everything. I told him that they were fine. I mean, the rest are here.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome into Class of 1923 Arena on the campus of Drexel University. My name is Bob Long with the Drexel Hockey Network. Excited to bring you some more ACHA play as the Drexel Dragons still remain perfect in the ECHA. So do their opponent tonight, the Westchester University Golden Rams, a team that beat Towson the last night to improve to 9-3 on the year, and also remain perfect in the ACHA, or in the ECHA play, I should say. ACHA, of course, being the greater ACHA league level, but ECHA being the conference that both Drexel and Westchester inhabit. This is huge because both these unbeaten teams, only one's going to be unbeaten after tonight, and there's an auto bid for the national tournament that is determined by the winner of the regular season over the course of that entire season. So this is a big one here tonight, and it's Drexel's opportunity to maintain home ice. It's Westchester's opportunity to come onto foreign soil and come out with a win. Now, Westchester's led by a very strong group of players, but in net, it's going to be Brendan Colgan between the pipes, trying to keep things together for against a Drexel team that offensively has been stellar. Double-digit goals against Temple last week, and then just last night, a big win down at the Naval Academy, 7-4, as Drexel overcame a 2-0 deficit after one period to really run away with that one in the third. Navy was just one game back of Drexel at that time. Now Westchester is neck and neck in the standings as well. An absolutely huge game. As we mentioned, the Westchester Golden Rams, they're going to be led by a guy named Tiernan Senegan. He's had a great year so far, and we expect to see Jake Horacek and Joey Kubachka as well. Kubachka leads the team in points and has had a goal in just about every single game he's played. Just about even. Total goals to number of games played, which is very, very impressive. And on the Drexel side, excited to see what the combination of Dylan Hart on the starting lineup is going to do, but also guys like Kyle Weller, who's only played 9 games this year, but has scored 8 goals. Almost a full, healthy roster for the Dragons, something they haven't had for the vast majority of the year. Only Aaron Carmichael will be scratched due to injury. And so I think you're going to see two teams at just about full strength get after one another here tonight. It should be a really, really great game. We'll turn your attention now to the ice as they introduce the starting lineup for the Dragons and the Golden Rams. There's your starting lineups there for the Drexel Dragons. It'll be Patrick McGinley up front, along with Dylan Hart and Nathan Runk. Cameron Neely and Mike Churchvara slated to be on defense. Now, Neely's been listed on the roster as a forward, but these guys can be very, very adaptable. You see these guys be very malleable in the roles that they play for this team. It's part of what's made this team so successful. 15-2 thus far on the year. On the Westchester side, Brendan Colgan will be in net. Michael Crowley on defense, along with Brandon Curtis, number 28. Joey Kubachka up front. Excited to see him work with Jake Horacek. Those two have a real connection, and they're going to be tough for Drexel to stop here tonight. Tiernan Senegan is also on the starting lineups for the Golden Rams. Golden Rams dressed in gold here tonight, taking the gold that the Dragons will sometimes wear here at home. Now we're going to pause for the national anthem here at Class of 23 Arena. And just about time for hockey here from the class of 23 arena. 9-3 Westchester against 15-2 Drexel. Westchester, the best start they've had in quite some time. And Drexel at 15-2, as we mentioned, a tremendous start for the Dragons program that has high expectations for the year. Once again, Bob Long on play-by-play. Excited to bring you this and every home game for the Dragons this year. Mike Crisafulli, he is on camera as always and does a tremendous job back behind the lens. A good crowd below us behind the Drexel bench. Excited for Dragons hockey, they always are. A good consistent following for this team, and, well, they give them a good reason to follow. Drexel in the white. They have the yellow and blue stripes on the shoulders with the dark blue helmets. Westchester in the gold, the purple stripe across the middle, white numbers, and the purple helmets. Colgan in net for the Golden Rams. Jeremy Wick in net for the Dragons, and we're underway. Wick will get his first touch, and Jim Mikulik turns with it for the Dragons. It'll pop just past, and Crowley will get his first touch for Westchester and plug it back in. Mikulik, a long pass. It was knocked down there. Nice job by Nathan Runk, but he couldn't keep it. And now it's dumped back in. Tiernan Senegding could not get to it. And so now it's Cameron Neely coming up with it for Drexel. Saucer comes up to Crawley and hammered away. Quick change here for Westchester. Drexel will send McGinley to the bench, and the captain Hart is out on the ice. The long pass could not get to Hart. Intercepted there, and Tyler Johnson will feed it back in. This is Mike Churchvara. We mentioned him a lot in the last couple broadcasts. He's been into triple digits now. The only, I should say, Drexel defenseman ever to get to a career triple-digit point level. Christopher Hagan slid by him for Drexel, but it's kept in right at the point by Nicholas Urbani. Flicked away, and it's one-on-one here. Johnson takes the shot right in on net, and Wick covers up. 18:34 to play, scoreless here from the class of 1923 arena. Drexel will make some changes. Jamie Crane, his first shift, along with Kyle Weller, who missed some time with injury early on, but he's sure made up for it when he's been on the ice. 9 games played this year, 8 goals scored coming into this weekend. Urbani feeds it up. Can't quite get it out. A long shot into the catching glove of Jeremy Wick. Westchester and Drexel, similar travel paths this weekend. Westchester was down at Towson this weekend, a 4-1 win. And Drexel had to go down to the Naval Academy, their biggest rival. And now a penalty is called. Jamie Crane got into it quickly. Tom Cole was into it as well for the Westchester Golden Rams, but it's going to be Jamie Crane who will go to the penalty box. 2-minute minor called against Crane, and the Rams are on their first power play of the night. Joey Kubachka will take the face-off, and he wins it against Neely. Back to Senegan. Senegan gets it. Feeds it in between the circles. Now right in front, the one-timer would not get past Mike Churchvara. A great job there to get the stick in the way. Now at the slot. Patience here for the Golden Rams. Sent right across. Save made there by Wick. And it was a big-time stop as well from Mikulik, who got a skate on it. There was a Golden Ram right at the back door. Mikulik didn't allow the puck to get there. Now this should be an ice as that's skittered by number 22 for Westchester, Jake Horacek. A momentary argument to say that he thought he got a skate on that puck, but he did not. So Drexel, 36 seconds into this shorthanded situation, and McGinley goes down. Puck never dropped, and now the puck is controlled by Kubachka and the Golden Rams of Westchester. Impressed by the movement thus far of Westchester, strong passing, but they're trying to get better looks now in the power play opportunity. Derek Samedi, number 10, back behind the net. He corrals it and skates up the middle of the ice. Big hit there. Mikulik got a piece of it, but Kubachka gets it back. Taking off Kubachka's stick, and it's McGinley coming up with it for the Dragons. They'll just feed it down the ice and get a full change here as they remain shorthanded for the next 45 seconds. Michael Corkery kept it out momentarily. Now it'll bring it back. Urbani is there, tries to clear it, and does. This will roll on its side all the way down the ice. And Eugene Lim trying to put some pressure on back behind the net. Forces a turnover there, and Drexel will feed it back in. Again, erasing precious seconds. Now down to 12 on the man advantage for Westchester. Haven't really gotten many great looks. Now they try to create one, but it comes and Wick harmlessly pushes it to the side. A nice bounce off the sideboards, and that will extinguish the penalty. Turnover had it on Kyle Weller's stick, but taken back. Jack McKeever onto the ice for Westchester. Michael Crowley with it now. And Tyler Johnson turns up the ice. Johnson can't clear it away. That shot was easily glided aside by the goaltender Colgan. That's back behind the net. Shot from an off angle. Colgan had that post covered up. Urbani flicks it onward, and they'll have to touch up. Now a long pass. Touched well there. Drexel's now going to fight to get this out of there, but a tremendous effort by Jack McKeever. It comes back up to the point and whiffed on that one. Colby Yawler tries to get it back, but it goes by his stick, and Drexel will get a full change. 15-11 to play. Just one shot, and it's in favor of the visitors thus far. Scoreless here at Class of 23 Arena. Now Drexel comes up with a turnover. Travia wants it. He takes the shot. It's blocked in front. Never got to Colgan. Hagen whiffed. Able to get it back and onto the stick of Dylan Hart back behind the net. Nice job by Westchester to elicit that puck, but only up to center ice, and Travia will spin with it. Eugene Lim fires it up the ice. Zerby got clocked on the head. He's going to get the puck back. It's 1-on-2. Takes it himself. And nice stick in there by number 2, Wyeth Cool. Cool played his first game with the Dragons last week, and now full-time on the Dragons roster as he fires that in. It's patted away. And the Dragons get the change. This is McGinley working hard. He gets a skate on the puck. Kept in, tipped in front. Another shot. It goes right through the crease. Patrick McGinley got that secondary look after the shot from Churchvara from the point. Churchvara gets it right back. That shot is right on net and saved there by Brendan Colgan. So we said just a minute ago, only one shot on the evening through about 5 minutes. That was to the visitors. Drexel fires off 3 just like that, and Colgan up to task every time. Face-off won by Patrick McGinley. Brushed back. Can't be kept in by Churchvara, but he does a tremendous job to at least shovel it forward and regroup. And now he'll get it back, wait for a touch. Patient. And now Patrick McGinley. McGinley with the shot, blocked well there by number 27, Liam Klein. Kept in by the Dragons. Cameron Neely has it on his stick. Across, McGinley, right on the doorstep. Colgan, and the whistle blows. Referee lost sight of the puck, and immediately after that whistle was blown, that puck reappeared in the crease. Boy, it was a tremendous job by the Dragons to keep that in, setting up a wall right at the blue line. Came onto the stick of Neely, a wonderful pass across, and the puck just rolled a little bit on Patrick McGinley's stick. Big hit there. Jim Mikulik takes a piece out of number 24, Leo Flick. An odd bounce will cause an ice. That was heading right for number 11, Josh Sklar, and then it just hit a piece of that glass that did not bounce it straight. Took an odd bounce like the old Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, off for an icing. Drexel wins that faceoff. Here's Church-Vara. Sklar whiffed, able to at least nudge it into the zone. Now sent across. Church-Vara plugged it down with the skate, and it's going to allow Drexel to maintain possession. Fiore back behind the net. Sent up to the point. Urbani with the wrister. Got in. Second follow won't go. Nice stick in there by the Golden Rams to prevent that shot from Fiore. Now a 2-on-2. Could be an opportunity here. Shot saved by Wick up on the left shoulder. And that one is a goal. Jack McKeever with the follow, finds Twine, and Westchester leads 1-0 over Drexel. Well, it shows you just how dangerous Westchester can be. Drexel had all the momentum there. We're hammering at the net. And then a simple counter. It was really a 2-on-2. A good shot and a better save by Wick, but the rebound was tough to control there. Jack McKeever was next on the case. He came right in between the circles and wristed it home. Really impressive counterattack there. Drexel will get the icing call. 12:16 to play first period. It's 1-0 Golden Rams. Six shots for the home Dragons, just 2 for Westchester. Well, there really should be 3. They had 1 prior to that. Good save there by Colgan after the shot from the point by Urbani. Should absolutely be at least listed as 3. They had 1 in the first 2 minutes, and then the 2 there. The first save by Wick, and then the second one obviously found the net. Face off 1, Urbani, patient there, sent it through. It got to the pad of Colgan, but he had that side of the net covered. Crane fights for it, comes back across. Right in front, save there by Colgan. Didn't get a lot on that one, but a nice job to turn and just get pucks on net from the Dragons. Here's another opportunity. That one poked away well. Tyler Johnson in there. This comes onto the stick of Harganen. Sent there, nice save, comes right back in front. Drexel is fortunate to have a guy right there, but unable to clear, but only for a moment. Kobe Yaller sent that one deep. Now on the chase is number 21, Michael Rorty, but unable to win that fight. Hart flicks it in. No icing, and Drexel will get a half change. 11:09 to play, 1-0 Westchester, a battle of unbeatens in the ECHA, a conference in the ACHA division of college hockey. Wyeth Cool flicks it around for Bradley Crane. Up to the neutral zone, flicked on there and poked right back. Dylan Hart brings it into the zone, back to Eugene Lim. Lim steps right up, takes the shot, and into the catching glove of Brendan Colgan. There was some traffic in front, kind of cleared out just in time for Colgan to see that wrister off the stick of Eugene Lim. We mentioned for Drexel how big this weekend was, even last week on Saturday night's game against Temple. First game against Navy, went down 2-0 after 1 period of play. Gave up 1 goal during a 5-on-3, and then on the ensuing 5-on-4 after the first Dragon came out of the penalty box, Navy cashed in again. That was all that happened in the first period in terms of goal scoring. Drexel came all the way back, tied the game, took the lead in the second period, and ended up winning 7-4. An offside called against the Westchester Golden Rams. So there's that road trip for the Dragons that they've been looking forward to, of course, all season. A bitter rival in Navy. And you got to take the bus home, have a Saturday evening game just about 20 hours later against another rival, in-league opponent, and unbeaten in the conference, Westchester. So this weekend for the Dragons, as big as it gets, as important from a standings perspective as it gets. It will be another power play here as Cameron Neely goes to the penalty box for the Dragons. Back to the 5-on-4 go the Golden Rams. Jake Horacek has it back behind the net, feeding into the slot. Drexel aggressive there, and that's going to result in a clearance. Nathan Runk working hard, and now the full clearance from Mike Churchvara. Really yeoman's work that time from Cameron Neely as Drexel continues to burn off the clock as the fruits of his efforts. Sent right on net, and Colgan calmly makes the save. 1:17 on this man advantage. Sennigan lost it, and here's an opportunity. There's nobody back there. And now Westchester's able to react quickly, perhaps tired legs there from James Schickling. Sent in, they have a man open across. Great stop there off the skate of James Schickling. And Schickling is going to head to the bench for a well-deserved break. 48 seconds left in the man advantage for Westchester. Haven't really gotten many good looks in their two power plays thus far. This is Leo Flick. Flick's taken away from him and sent back to the middle of the ice. Rorty stays on side, sent across, and a save made by Jeremy Wick. Leo Flick with a little flick of the stick on the backhand, and Jeremy Wick had that side of the net covered perfectly. 8:42 to play, 1-0 Westchester. For those of you just joining us, you'd think perhaps Drexel in the gold, but it's Westchester in the gold with the purple stripe and the home Dragons dressed in the white. Great job there by Nicholas Urbani to block that crossing pass, and they're able to clear it all the way down. That was Michael Corkery, who got stick to puck and put it back in the Westchester zone. Only 7 seconds left. Neely is ready to come out of the box. And the power play is extinguished. Now perhaps one last run of momentum. Sent right across. Great stick in there by Jeremy Wick, the goaltender, and that'll pop up into the stands. 8:07 to play. Drexel will get a change, get some of their penalty killers off the ice. But another nice job by that penalty kill unit for the Dragons. Possession being fought for. It's going to be Christopher Hagan. He'll flick it off the backboards. Bradley Crane has it now. Eugene Lim, maybe a little cavalier putting that through his legs, but then anything but to get that out past the zone. Flicks right back in. Tom Cole in on Wick, and he makes the save. This is Drexel Hockey Network's coverage of Drexel University men's hockey. It's live from the class of 1923 arena. Cole couldn't get the shot off. Great job on that face-off win and actually created his own shot there. Now that deflection will send it back. No icing. As Dylan Hart, the captain, tries to take the Golden Rams off the puck. Cleared out to the neutral zone. And a penalty called. Tripping. And back to the penalty box go the Dragons. Christopher Hagan called for the trip. And already the third power play of the night for Westchester. This has haunted Drexel. 3 of the goals last night scored by Navy were when Navy was on the man advantage, and even if Drexel's power play kill unit is able to continue to do a nice job here tonight, that just means that there's less time in these periods where they're 5-on-5 and have the opportunity to create meaningful scoring opportunities. So perhaps a little bugaboo for Kyle Zoldi and the Drexel Dragons. We got a whistle. We'll do this again. Joey Kubachka will face off against Kyle Weller of the Dragons. Weller wins the face-off, nudges it back for Mike Churchvara. Churchvara nudges it up well, and they're able to fire it all the way down the ice. We've mentioned it before. Mike Churchvara very strong on that puck. There were 2 Golden Rams on him back there and was able to nudge the puck up, get himself up. This guy's got some talent as well. Joey Kubachka for the Golden Rams. Kubachka gets it back, top of the circle. Sennigan into the slot. Now Sennigan gets it back. Set in front, one time, stick in the way there. Jim Mikulik got the stick on it and caused the deflection. Now Patience back behind the net. Shot by Samedi, goes wide. Churchvara is there, takes his time, and is able to get it up the ice. Now an opportunity on a slip. Sent in on net. Weller is back there as well. He'll pull it back and try to waste some more time. 54 seconds left on the man advantage. 6:12 to play in the first period. Wrapped around the boards there by Westchester. Comes onto the stick of number 21, Michael Rorty. And back behind there now, number 22, Jake Horacek. Fed all the way down by the Dragons. Power play down to 30. Westchester will now carry up the ice. Sent across there for Rorty. Rorty couldn't get a stick on it. Pulling back now, Michael Crowley. Crowley will carry it in himself, taking off the puck immediately, and that will just get by the blue line. Everybody will have to touch up. And now Urbani was trying to get that to Lim. Might have had a little bit of an opening. Eugene Lim, as well as Cameron Neely are in there. Neely feeds it, and this will go all the way back to the goal line, and that extinguishes the penalty. And an ice called against the Drexel Dragons with 5:02 to play. Has not been a particularly clean period here for the Dragons. They allowed the 1 goal on a counter and have gone to the penalty box 3 times, but yet they stay in this game down just 1 and with 11-6 shooting advantage. Face-off won by Kyle Weller, and that's going to be important in a game like this, especially times when Drexel has been down a man, to win face-offs, maintain possession. They work it back behind the net. Jamie Crane feeds off there. Wyeth Cool will flick it back behind. James Schickling is in there. Once again back for Crane. He circles, looks for help. On a dime at the point, and now it's cleared away. Gianluca Travia will have to circle back. Wyeth Cool, number 2. Carries it past the red line. Fires it into the zone, and Drexel will be content to get a change at this point. 4:12 to play. Chris DiCarlo out there on the ice for Drexel, number 6. Almost got a stick on that one. Now turning up is Cole. Cole with a long shot, and another penalty is coming up. This against Chris DiCarlo. DiCarlo onto the ice briefly. Takes down number 18, Tom Cole. And we'll go to the penalty box with the 4th penalty against the Dragons here in the first period. Boarding call against Chris DiCarlo. And the referee's having a discussion over at the scorer's table. Perhaps the discussion is whether a 2-minute minor will suffice for the transgression. Now they are communicating that message to the public address staff here at the Class of 1923 Arena. There's 4:02 to play in this one. It's 1-0 Westchester. The road Golden Rams, a trip down the Schuylkill Expressway here to Philadelphia, taking on the home Dragons. And they're looking to keep their record unbeaten in the ECHA. While we have a moment, a live look at the ECHA standings. Drexel University, 44 points overall with 14 wins and 2 losses. Westchester has not played nearly the amount of games as Drexel has, only with 12 on the schedule. But both teams unbeaten in ECHA play. Face-off one here, and it is a 5-minute major called against Chris DiCarlo for the board. So now Westchester will have opportunities. Mike Churchvara lost the stick and is keeping it alive with his skate. A great job there by Churchvara, and now picks up the stick and gets back into the action. Back up to the point and kept in just barely, but then Drexel is able to fire it up the ice. Opportunity here for Eugene Lim. Lim taking off the puck very well there by Westchester, and they'll get right back into the action. Shot blocked in front and easily skips along to Jeremy Wick. Save made at 3:24 to play here in the first period. Controlled by Westchester. Great job there by Nathan Runk to take the Golden Ram off the puck and fire it all the way down the ice. And now Patrick McGinley with Colgan out behind the net, able to muscle it away from the goaltender and now force Westchester to work a little bit before it comes up the ice. Under 3 minutes to play in the first period. Long pass goes beyond the stick of Michael Rorty. But now Neely with the puck back, 3-on-3, he'll just feed it down the ice and get a half change. Nice hit there by Nathan Runk. No boarding there. Number 8, Danny Harganen, certainly saw it coming. Nothing he could do about it. Now Drexel does great work there, and Nicholas Urbani will fire it back in. Now the rest of the Dragons will come off the ice. They'll get the full change. Long pass, though, tape to tape. Great recovery effort by the Dragons, and they will fire it down again. Boy, there's no knock in the penalty kill tonight here for the Dragons. It's been tremendous. The only problem, they've had a lot of opportunities to practice. 4 penalties here in the first period. This 5-minute major would take us into the beginning stages of the second period as well. Under 2 minutes to play in this first period. Under 3 minutes to go in the 5-minute major to Chris DiCarlo. Corkery patiently sends it up the sideboards. And muscled out there by Jim Mikulik. Or excuse me, James Schickling, number 21. Schickling nudges into the board. Now a long cross-ice pass. And stolen there by Weller. He will dump and chase. Not a great pass from Jake Horacek. Eugene Lim looking to get a stick on it, and now an opportunity for Cameron Neely. 2-on-1. Sent across and blocked there. Tremendous block by Derek Samedi of the Golden Rams. Now a full head of steam for Joey Kubachka. Kubachka guides it back. Great pass there into the center. Samedi, extra pass. Sent across in front, right on the doorstep, saved there by Wick. Wick moved himself to the very edge of the crease, cut down the angle, realized that Westchester only had that shot, and stood up on that shot attempt. 55 seconds to play. And the whole second half of this first period has been Jeremy Wick having to withstand the onslaught when Westchester's been on the man advantage. Jim Mikulik back behind the net, and he elicits that pass back down the ice. And now back onto the Drexel stick. They have a man, Patrick McGinley. McGinley gets the puck in his possession. Churchvara will spin it around, take it all the way back, and then fire it down the ice. Finds the stick of McGinley. McGinley a long shot. It was deflected. He's going to go back and get it, sent right on net. And Brendan Colgan is there. McGinley didn't get a ton on that one, but credit Drexel for maintaining that offensive firepower and the ability and willingness to take chances even when a man down. Jeremy Wick covers up with 6 seconds to play. Still 1:05 on the 5-minute major to Chris DiCarlo, and the score remains 1-0. In favor of the victors, the Westchester Golden Rams. Stay tuned at the intermission. We will have interviews with the Drexel Dragons that we did preseason. A little bit of hockey, a little bit of fun. Stay tuned, and it'll get you from period to period. Sent in front, 2 seconds left. They'll turn, they'll fire, and it's blocked there by Churchvara. And that's the end of the first 20 minutes of play. So the Dragons will go to the locker room, down by 1, still with 58 seconds left to kill on the 5-minute major to Chris DiCarlo. But nonetheless, all things considered, once the guys went into the box for Drexel, the penalty kill has executed flawlessly. Jeremy Wick has had a nice period as well. But it's really simple. They've spent about 10 minutes of this 20-minute frame down a man. Westchester hasn't been to the sin bin once. That's going to affect your opportunities to score, and even with all that, Drexel still an 11-9 shot advantage. No doubt the coaching staff of Drexel has to feel, all things considered, pretty good about where they sit right now. And Drexel, or on the Westchester side, to come onto the road and have a 1-goal lead, that doesn't feel too bad either. Bob Long here on play-by-play. Mike Crisafulli is on the camera here tonight. We'll take a break here for the intermission report, but stay tuned because we have Drexel Dragon interviews coming up next here on the Drexel Hockey Network.
Everybody, welcome to Drexel TV. I am Jeremy Wick, pre-junior goalie on the team. I am here with two boys. Let them introduce themselves.
I'm Mike Churchvara. I'm a junior defenseman, number 4. I'm the alternate captain, the better looking one, and everything else.
And hi guys, I'm Jim Mikulik. I'm a senior on the team, defenseman. Mike's my D partner, unfortunately, but hey, it works well. I'm also an assistant captain, and happy to be talking to you guys.
All right, so we're officially 2 skates done now. How's the team looking this year, Mike?
The team's looking amazing. You're being really aggressive with the mic. The team's looking really good. Obviously, we're a little rusty, but there's so much talent on the ice that it's going to be really exciting. We're going to be much deeper than we've been in many years.
Yeah, I'd have to follow up on that one. We had a lot of good recruits coming in. I think we're looking pretty good compared to the past couple of years. Hopefully keeping the winning tradition.
Yeah, so we got a lot of new guys coming in this year. What's kind of that transition process like? Getting the guys used to the team, getting them used to the environment and everything. What's kind of that process like?
So we have a pretty good mix of age this year. We have a couple transfers. We have a few true freshmen. So it's going to be interesting to see the blend and the chemistry that's created. But overall, I think it should go pretty well. We've experienced it in the past.
And as the defending champs, back-to-back defending champs, kind of like how does going into the season, what do we got to do if we want to defend that title for a 3rd year?
I think we just got to keep doing what we've been doing. The biggest thing is we can't be complacent. We need to know that we got to stop, keep working, keep getting after it. Nothing's going to be handed to us, I can tell you that. And I know we're better than we have been. I know we're going to be better than everybody.
So kind of off the hockey topics here, if you guys had to choose one guy on the team, who do you think the funniest guy on the team is going to be?
Go to him first, please. I don't have an
Oh,
answer.
really putting me on the spot. We got a lot of characters.
I think I have a personal favorite. The goalies, most of them. Frank Lurie is hysterical. Because he's actually funny and because he's, just a good dude to be around.
There's also the fact that goalies, they're just a little different. So
A little different, yes.
Wick can attest to that, right, huh, Jeremy? Can you speak to that a little bit?
I can definitely speak to that. We're a different breed. Not everybody wants to get on the ice and stop pucks. So.
Yeah, there we go. Very good.
What else do I got for you guys here? I really think that that wraps it up.
Yeah.
So, all right, it was good chatting with you boys, and we're looking forward to the season here.
Yeah, hopefully you guys tune into DrexelIceHockey.com. There's live streams, radio streams. Hopefully we'll see you guys there. Go Dragons.
Go Drags.
On the Drexel Hockey Network, Nate Runk, Jess Manioki with me here from the Drexel Dragons. Guys, it was a good skate out there today. I was very impressed with the speed that I saw on just your first day out there. What did you guys see down there on the ice?
Well, I saw a lot of potential with our team this year. Like, obviously, this was the first 2 skates we had this year, besides, like, the August skates. But this is the training camp, so we were just trying to shake off the rust. But I definitely see a lot of great young guys that could help fill in for the seniors that we lost last year. I definitely think this year's going to be even better than the next year.
Yeah, I thought it went well too. So this is my 5th year on the team. As a 5th year, it's crazy to see the progression from when I was a freshman to now. Like, we used to have like 30 guys out here. Now we have 50, 60 guys. So it's good to see a bunch of new faces. And yeah, like Runk said, definitely a lot of potential. And it shows that they'll probably have a good season coming up. So, yeah.
And the building of a program, I think, is very important. Coach Schulte's done a good job of that. Do you see this class coming in as a freshman as just another step in that direction? And how talented do you think this freshman class can be?
I mean, I definitely think it's a great first step because we're having 2 teams next year. So I definitely think a large freshman class that's not only just very committed to playing hockey, but also talented. Like, it's definitely going to help make both teams better. So I definitely think this is a great first step, and this freshman class is really going to do some good things here.
Yeah, I mean, these kids, they're our future, and we thankfully have a lot of them. So, you're looking 2-3 years down the line, these kids are then going to be, pre-juniors and juniors, and, if we just continue to harp on them about development and, staying in shape and whatnot, then, yeah, I can see them doing great things as a program in the future.
Especially for you, Jess, as a senior here, 5th-year guy. I'm sure you recognize, Coach Schulte and a few other of the assistants being Drexel grads and coming back to the program and having this be a part of their professional lives as well. And what's that mean to you to see as a senior and to understand that you're going to have that network well after you graduate and leave the ice?
Yeah, so, I mean, I've talked to them about what I can do as far as helping out once I'm graduated. And it's great. We've had plenty of players in the past that show up for 6 a.m. practices, for Thursday night practices. It's great to just keep those guys in the loop. As much help as we can get, it's always good. So it's good to have.
It's great. Nate, for you, what are you looking forward to most this year?
Looking forward to most. I mean, last year was my first year, so I think I got all the jitters out. So I'm just excited. I know most of the people that are going to be on the team, and I'm excited to get after it. Like, we're going to try and get that first win at Nationals, and I think we can really do it this year.
That's great. What do you think, Jess?
Yeah, that's what I'm after. Having been to Nationals twice, really want to get that first win. I want to be a member of that team that makes that next big step for Drexel, so that then we can stop worrying about that and set bigger goals for ourselves. And who knows what's after that.
Yeah, no, that's tremendous. Now, coming to a rink like this, every game, every home game to play, every practice, I mean, this really is a tremendous facility here. The sheer size of it, the way the sound reverberates, what's it like to come to a facility like this every day and to have it be your home ice?
Oh, it's great. Just to have our own locker room, like, I've never had that before I came here, and that is just great to have. But also, just during the games, we get a good amount of students that come out, and it's a great atmosphere whenever we're playing. They really pump us up. Especially last year, we did a thing called a Cold Steel Classic. It's the first time we did it, inaugural one. But it was tremendous atmosphere. It was really fun, and I'm looking forward to it this year.
Yeah, I guess to add on to that, the Cold Steel Classic was this game against Navy, and I wasn't on the ice for that game, but I bet, players on the ice, you look, there's this side of the rink filled with Drexel fans. There's that side of the rink with plenty of Navy fans, and it's just electric. That game was probably the loudest I've ever heard this rink, so it's a crazy feeling to be here for it.
I was talking to Jeremy and Dylan, two of your goaltenders, and they were talking about the Navy rivalry and how much that means to both institutions. Walk us through that a little bit. I mean, what is that like? You guys go down to Annapolis. They come here to Philadelphia. What are those games like?
We hate each other, to put it simply. Historically, we've been the two best teams in the league. I think there's no question about that. It'll be a bit different this year with some new teams coming in, but yeah, I guess just to go back to my original statement, we don't get along. We don't play nice. Those games end up getting very physical, very, very high compete, and they're good games to watch, good games to play in, but it sucks to lose to Navy.
Yeah, even after just playing 2 games against Navy, I already get what Jess is saying, but I think what makes it so special is just we're probably the 2 hardest working teams in this league. So just to come and play against each other, we're putting everything on the line. And I think that's a great thing to see. We'll go out. If we need to have a big check, we'll give a big check. It's just great.
So we'll switch gears a little bit here, and I asked some of the other guys some sort of funny questions, off the ice stuff. So I'm going to ask for, probably you'll know better, Jess, who's the cleanest, most organized player on the team, and then who's the messiest player on the team?
I'd probably say I'm the messiest. I'm not that organized. I'm sure a lot of people can attest that one. But cleanest? I don't know. What do you think as far as organized? Probably Cam. Cam's a pretty organized
Cam's pretty
guy.
organized. I think I'm up there.
Yeah, you're definitely up there, you nerd.
Probably G,
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'd say Cam though. Cam's a very meticulous personality to have around.
Okay.
To say the least.
And then who's the funniest guy you have on the bench?
I mean, Chris Hagen always makes me laugh.
He's always pretty funny. I also think Eugene Lim, he doesn't try to be funny, but just the way that he acts just always gets everybody laughing.
He just has a way about him.
Yeah.
I talked to Eugene earlier today. I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Well, guys, I really appreciate the time here today. I wish you the best of luck. I was very impressed by what I saw out there on the ice today, and I'm looking forward to a great season here on the Drexel Hockey Network.
Thank you. Thank you for having us here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Pleasure. Hope you enjoyed the interviews there at the intermission. You see Dylan Hart right at the bottom of your screen, getting ready to come out. Westchester about to come back onto the ice as well. And we'll have puck drop in just a minute here on the Drexel Hockey Network as we begin the second period. Bob Long back here at the Class of 23 Arena. An interesting first period, certainly, as the Drexel Dragons went to the penalty box 4 times, killed the first 3. They had 58 seconds left on the 5-minute major to kill off to begin the second period. And they've done a very nice job, really, on the penalty kill. No other way to say it. Drexel hasn't allowed really many opportunities of any consequence or substance from Westchester when they've had the man advantage. But the issue there for Drexel is they just haven't had enough time at full strength. 10 minutes, which is half the period, where they've been down a man. So I think the focus for Kyle Zoldi, coaching staff, and most importantly the players, has to be to go out there and play some clean hockey, play 5-on-5, and even elicit perhaps some penalties on the Westchester side. Easier said than done, of course. Westchester appearing to be a very disciplined team, and they have the 1-0 lead. So on Drexel's side, they're big, they're fast, they're strong. When they've been at full strength, they've shown that they can create scoring opportunities. 11 shots to Westchester's 9. I just think very, very simple. Hockey doesn't have to be that complex. Got to stay out of the penalty box, shove the puck down behind the net, get the forecheck going. That's been really important and very effective for Drexel all year long. And if I think they do that, they'll have a very strong second period. For Westchester, just continue to try to possess the puck, get the puck into the offensive zone, and create scoring opportunities. It's going to be a fight the rest of the way. 2 unbeaten teams in the ECHA, a conference within the ACHA. And this is where you want to be on a Saturday night. If you like ACHA hockey, it does not get much better than this. So without any further ado, we will turn your attention to the ice and get you ready for the second period. Westchester dressed in the golds. They are out and by their bench. Drexel dressed in the home whites. Retire to their benches. And the Dragons will start with Eugene Lim, Cameron Neely, Jim Mikulek, and Mike Churchvara on the ice. Chris DiCarlo with 58 seconds remains in the sin bin. Derek Samedi out there for Westchester. He'll get things started, along with number 22, Jake Horacek. Joey Kubachka, the leading scorer on the team this year, is out there. Michael Patricioni as well. And we are underway. Tiernan Senegan is the other one out there for Westchester. They're 5 to Drexel's 4 players out on the ice to get things started. Jim Mikulek will fire it down the ice off the stick of Eugene Lim, maybe just for a second. Could have had an opportunity. Colgan doesn't do particularly well with that stick work. But Westchester is able to get possession, but they give it up right away. Eugene Lim on his stick. Dials it back for Cameron Neely. Spins and fires. It goes right across the crease. Jake Horacek with the puck now for the Golden Rams. Senegan pokes it up. Kubachka is back there. Churchvara in there as well. A nice hit into the backboards and will allow Drexel to clear it all the way down. 6 seconds left on the man advantage for Westchester, and DiCarlo patiently waits. And he's out of the penalty box. Drexel will get their 5th man back on the ice, and Nicholas Urbani tries to clear. Nice pinch up there and keep at the line, but then Flick has to come down with it as Drexel was able to clear. James Schickling fires it down. Weller taps up. And the Dragons come back after it. Over a minute gone here in this second period. Still Westchester 1, Drexel 0. Dumped in by Michael Crowley. Back behind for Michael Corkery for Drexel. Dragons along the side boards look to clear. Unable to do so, and now Urbani will spin back behind the net and patiently wait for help. Gets it in the form of Jamie Crane. Crane up for Kyle Weller. Opportunity here. He has Schickling across to him. A nice stick in the middle there by Jack McKeever for Westchester. Back in front, the shot from an off angle goes off the side of the netting. Into the neutral zone. Nice flick there by Corkery. Up to Schickling. Schickling takes a fall. And now Jamie Crane. Nice job there to take down the Westchester defenseman. Another hit there, this time by James Schickling, and Westchester will ice the puck. Looks like we have a whistle first. And it is going to be a penalty against the Westchester Golden Rams. So penalty for the first time tonight called against Westchester. It's Brandon Curtis, the defenseman, number 28. Curtis, a defenseman out of Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania, right down the street. He'll take 2 minutes to think about it, as will number 19, Jamie Crane. Crane tried to sneak into the bench for the Dragons and go unnoticed, but alas, no. So 4-on-4, I should say, as now the 5th penalty of the night for the Drexel Dragons. And Curtis and Crane exchanging words. A wonderful little perk of the class of 1923 arena. Just a little piece of glass separating the 2 penalty boxes. allows the two folks that were tabbed as culprits to have a nice discussion about what happened for a 2-minute span. I think there's a possibility that this 4-on-4, as that pops up into the stands, could benefit the Drexel Dragons. A little bit more open ice. They have some really strong skaters. But, of course, we've seen that if Drexel pinches a little too aggressively, Westchester has the ability to counter. It reflected itself in the form of a goal in the first period on an excellent counter by the Golden Rams. 1:29 left. Mike Church-Vara, perhaps the best skater of them all, takes the shot right on net. Bad rebound there. Fortunate that there wasn't a Dragon on the doorstep. Eugene Lim up at the point, sent across to the middle. Kyle Weller taken off the puck well by the Golden Rams and flicked up there by Kobe Yalber. But that's an icing, as I thought that Church-Vara might have been able to get back there, perhaps labored just a little bit. And so they will go to the Westchester bench and ensure that there are no substitutions. So Yalber tried to flick that high and let it come to a dead stop. But unfortunately for Westchester, that's not the case. They do get the clearance here, and now they'll get the half change. Tom Cole to the bench. Eugene Lim crosses the red line and will carry it into the zone. Effective skating there, back to Urbani. The cross-ice pass goes over the stick of Kyle Weller, but there's a trip there. Colby Yalber has a man down the ice. Urbani a nice stick in there. In the neutral zone, Lim will carry it again. Lim tried to get the shot off. Now an opportunity for a counter. Taken down on the play, number 11, Michael Patricioni. No call, and Urbani back behind the net. 26 seconds left on the 4-on-4. And that pass intercepted. Opportunity here for Westchester. Shot, no, doesn't get through. Urbani, a wonderful block there against Rorty. Eugene Lim for the Dragons, dressed in white, carries again, taken off his stick but gets it right back. Shot didn't have a lot on it, saved there by Colgan. Urbani sent across, and the 2-minute minors have both extinguished. And now a penalty coming on the next touch. Shot goes off the post. Pops up, and now a touch by the Golden Rams. Michael Rorty touches up, but a penalty called against Westchester, and Drexel will officially go on their first power play of the night with 15:25 to play in the second period. Penalty called against number 21, Michael Rorty. He's the one who touched. He's the one who was the culprit. Back to the point, Michael Church-Vara. Dylan Hart, the captain. Back behind the net is Schickling, and the Drexel Dragons have patience. Now Hart goes in all alone, and it's poked away from him. An excellent clearance that time by Westchester. Long pass by Church-Vara, an easy icing call, and that one perhaps a bit too aggressive. Well, we got ourselves a good hockey game here tonight. 1-0 Westchester leads over Drexel, 14:56 to play. Drexel has killed off 4. Make that 5 power plays for Westchester here tonight. And this is their first 5-on-4 opportunity. Back behind the net, Colgan is there. He flicks it off the sideboards. An odd hop brings it up to Dylan Hart. Weller turns with it, poked away from Hart. And sent again, opportunity here all alone. Joey Kubachka walks right in, saved there by Jeremy Wick. Steps up, still another opportunity right in front, poke check, but now it's a goal. Westchester scores, and it's 2-0. Wick went for the poke, left himself exposed. And a short-handed goal scored by Tiernan Senegan. Sennigan, it's only fair. He's the one that got that play started. Poked it away from Dylan Hart. He turned and found Joey Kubachka. Once again, on the first effort on a counter, Jeremy Wick makes a tremendous save. But once again, the Drexel defense slow to get back, leads to a counter and a wide open shot from Tiernan Sennigan. He finishes it off, and it's 2-0 Westchester. Still 33 seconds left in the penalty. Patrick McGinley sent right across. Hagan, shot, goes just wide. Might have even caught a piece of Colgan. 18 seconds left. Churchvara. Urbani sends it across to Hagan. It was deflected there. Down to 6 seconds. Hagan feeds it back behind to McGinley. He's trying to get it back to the point and does. Churchvara sends it across. It goes just wide. It was deflected in front by McGinley. Jamie Crane sends it across, and this will be cleared. Another opportunity for Horacek. Churchvara in the passing lane. Horacek had more room to carry there than I think he realized. Now Jamie Crane spins up with it, trying to maintain possession here for the Dragons, but cannot. A flick there by number 7, Kobe Yaller. Touched at the line by Chris DiCarlo. He will chase. DiCarlo discards into the boards as Neely comes up with it. One-time shot from Runk goes wide. Sent right across, in on net. The follow can't get to Colgan. Drexel getting after it here, and there is a penalty, delayed penalty coming up against Westchester. Wick to the bench, extra skater on for Drexel. And now it's touched as Nathan Runk puts another big hit. This time on number 27, Liam Klein. .28 to play. It's 2-0 Westchester. And Nathan Runk's hit was not clean, according to the referee. So he will go to the bench as well. That's got to kill you. Westchester had already touched. Drexel was about to go on the power play. And Nathan Runk finished off a hit late, deemed illegal by the referee, and he will go to the box. 4-on-4 hockey with a 2-0 lead for Westchester. 2-minute minors for each of them, so it was not boarding on Nathan Runk. It was certainly in the area of boarding, but deemed a 2-minute minor. Jim Mikulik fired it up. Derek Samedi spins with it for Westchester. And Westchester gains the zone. Sent across, tipped there. Wick stayed with it the whole way. Back to the point. Derek Samedi feeds it back down. Sennigan couldn't get the shot off, gets it right back. He fires and it goes just wide of the post. There certainly was an angle to score from there. It went just wide. 11:38 to play, 1:10 left on the double minors. Ooh, that puck deflected right up and over the top of the glass. Now they're looking to find Eugene Lim long and cannot. Joey Kubachka takes the shot. Up to task there is Wick. Big hit that time. Now sent right across. That shot goes just wide. Off the stick of Tiernan Sennigan. He was looking to go on the board for the second time. Full change for Westchester. Eugene Lim carries it in the zone. Brings it himself. Backhand goes wide. 30 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Brandon Curtis. Could have been offside, and it was. Appeared that way to me. A little bit of a late whistle from the linesman. 10:49 to play. 2-0. Westchester leads over Drexel. Bob Long, Mike Crisafulli here for the Drexel Hockey Network. We're here for every home game. Excited for everybody to be alongside. Drexel from left to right this period, dressed in the white. Center cross, and they couldn't get the tip. Weller was right there. It was a tremendous feed from Jamie Crane. Church Varick pinches up to get it. He's taken down, but kept in the zone. Good stick raise there by Westchester, and they turn on it. Here's another counter. Horacek taken off the puck well by Nicholas Urbani. He stayed right with the puck the whole time. 5-on-5 hockey from here out. Josh Sklar, puck was a little past his stick. He drives Brandon Curtis into the backboards. Drexel's getting physical here. Now speed. Shot from an off angle, never got on net. And an opportunity perhaps here for Drexel. It's 3-on-3, full head of steam for Jamie Crane. Crane sent right across the crease, nobody there. And now quickly if Westchester can turn, but they couldn't establish the pass. Travia feeds it in. Sklar and Crane delivers another big hit, this time Jamie Crane. Drexel doing the dirty work on the forecheck, and they keep it in the zone again. Crane is taken down, a big hit, and that was called as a penalty against Rorty. And the Dragons are none too pleased about that. You want some ACHA hockey? You got it here, folks. They're getting after it here tonight. Physicality on both sides of the ice. Rorty will go to the bench, a 2-minute minor. 9:28 to play in the second period, and certainly an opportunity for a momentum shift. A crowd that wants to get excited hasn't really had the opportunity to yet. Filled in really nicely on this side of the ice, back behind the Drexel bench. And the crowd is just looking for a goal to celebrate over. Can Drexel give it to them here? They're down by 2. They keep it in the zone. Weller right across. Church Var went on to his backhand. Hart. Now Lim. Church Vara. Patience in the circle. Dylan Hart with the puck on his stick. Back to Lim. Scoots up from the point. He sends it across. Nobody there, and fired all the way back. James Schickling brings it in. Poked away from him by Colby Yoller. Nice play there, but they can't clear. Now Dylan Hart on the edge of the circle. Sent right across. Lim can't get the shot off. Looked like he was trying to measure it to the back post where he expected James Schickling to be there. 1 minute left. Church Vara, shot did not get to net. Bouncing puck, they can't clear. Weller couldn't get the shot off. He spins it back at the circle and up to the point. Lim with it now. 44 seconds left. Church Vara. Patience, sent right across. Shot, doesn't go. Went right across the crease, and Westchester able to clear. Once again, right on net. Wick quickly up the ice. And Drexel's going to get called here. Kyle Weller was coming to the bench. And he touched up on that puck. So now the captain for too many men on the ice, it'll be Dylan Hart taking the penalty. So Drexel unable to come up with anything on the 5-on-4, and in fact, it's another penalty. This the 7th penalty against the Drexel Dragons here tonight. 25 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey, followed by what could be an up to 1 minute 35 second power play for Westchester. Wyeth Cool back into the game. Nifty move there with the stick to gain possession. Had a little bit of trouble carrying it up the ice. Puck goes over the stick of Nicholas Urbani. He does a nice job to force Tom Cole into the sideboards. But he has trouble with the puck as well. It's onto the stick of the Golden Rams. Fleck with the shot. Follow won't go. Wick, nice movement there to get in front. Now it's into the back of the net. They're going to fight to force it off the back netting there until we get a whistle. $1:28 to play. 7:20 left in the period. So these 88 seconds left on the man advantage for Westchester. I think a very important, maybe not a must kill here for Drexel, but pretty darn close to it. As we're more than halfway done this game, Dragons trail by 2 at this point. Certainly don't want to go down 3. Drexel feeds it up the ice. Patrick McGinley's got to get there first. Colgan very calmly moves the puck to the side. Impressive stick work by the goaltender for Westchester. Now Tyler Johnson nudged into the wall, leaves it back, and he's taken off the puck, Michael Patricioni. And now we get a whistle. Cross check, you guessed it, against the Dragons. 8th penalty of the night. 5-on-3 for the next minute 2. And Westchester's in a tremendous spot to try to go up 3 goals in the next 2 minutes. And essential for Drexel to find a way to kill this. On the ice for the Dragons, Eugene Lim, Jim Mikulik, and Nicholas Urbani. Senegar, patience as he comes up to the slot. No reason to rush here. 5-on-3 gives you an opportunity to create some good looks. Tiernan Sedigan. Samedi with the puck. They feed it back to the goal line. Samedi gets it back at the slot, sends it. Senegan right in front. Jeremy Wick there to make the initial stop. Samedi thought he was going to let that go. There was a lot of traffic in front. Now that shot won't go. Blocked perfectly by Urbani and fed down the ice. Good start here for the Dragons. And a great save by Wick on the other end, coming across the painted crease to make that first stop. Here's Joey Kubachka. Yet to get on the board here tonight, but he's done it in most of the games. He's dressed up in the gold. And another goal! Michael Patricioni puts it in. Great play by Kubachka. He was back behind the net. Tried to flick it off the back shoulder of Wick from an off angle to bump it in. Came down right in front. And Patricioni just hacked away at that far side post until it went home. 3-0 Westchester, and to add insult to injury, there was only 4 seconds left on the first penalty. It was 5-on-3. Even if Patricioni scores that goal just 5 seconds later, Drexel would be full strength, but alas, they are not. 47 seconds left of a 5-on-4. Shot was blocked, turned right on, could not get it to fire. Now another shot is blocked by Drexel and fired down there by James Schickling. 33 seconds left on the man advantage. Rarty, shot saved by Wick with 5:19 to play. Last night, Drexel scored their first 2 goals of the game on 2 power play goals that started with a 5-on-3. Scored the first one, it went to 5-on-4. And Navy was also able to cash in there. So Drexel's allowed the 2 goals on the same power play opportunity last night. Trying to avoid that here tonight as they trail by 3. Still certainly in the game here in the second period, but got to get something going. Nice block there by Cameron Neely. Laid his body on the line in front. Now he's working back behind the net. Tries to take the time off the clock here. Tremendous job by Cameron Neely. Neely doing absolute yeoman's work, and Drexel is back at full strength. Now Josh Sklar comes up with it. They're turning up the ice. Eugene Lim. Lim sends it in. Another opportunity after it was first blocked in front by Curtis. Michael Corkery feeds it around for Josh Sklar. Sklar right in front. The pass was behind DeCarlo. He's taken down as he backhands it on, and there's a penalty that's going to be called. This will go against Westchester. To the box, number 8, Danny Harganen. with 4:29 to play. A 2-minute minor called against Westchester. Certainly you would feel important for Drexel to find a way to score here. So Dylan Hart wins the faceoff. Church-Farrow, a long shot was deflected in front and went wide of the net. Tiernan, Senegan. Senegan loses the puck. Drexel trying desperately to maintain possession, and they do. Schickling, tough angle for Church-Farrow, was saved there by Colgan. Weller goes down to a knee and is able to feed it back behind. Church-Farrow up to the point. Schickling. Patience here as Church-Farrow has it. Shot, nope, not yet. Sent right in front, shot, follow. Saved by Colgan, are you kidding me? The lateral movement from the goaltender for Westchester keeps it 3-0. Nothing short of tremendous from Brendan Colgan for Westchester. Christopher Hagan, sent right across, it goes on net, it went off the skate. Perhaps even the leg of number 7, Colby Yawler, and right on net, Colgan was there to make another save, this time on friendly fire. 3:29 to play, 1 minute left on the penalty to number 18, Tom Cole of Westchester. Drexel, dressed in white, going from left to right here in this period, wins the draw. Nicholas Urbani has that nasty wrister if he wants to take it off. Instead, it's Church-Farrow sent across, saved there by Colgan and fired away by the Golden Rams. Under a minute to go on this power play for the Dragons. Jamie Crane up the ice. Crane spins with it, loses possession, and it's cleared all the way down by the Golden Rams. Nicholas Urbani, he'll carry it into the zone and whip it around the boards. The chase is on. Patrick McGinley along with Yawler. Yawler wins the initial battle, but possession is going to be maintained by Mike Church-Farrow. Church-Farrow trying to feed it up, and now another opportunity. It's a foot race, and it will be Christopher Hagan to win that race. Ping pong back and forth, and that has extinguished the penalty to Tom Cole. Back to 5-on-5. And that's going to be no icing. They dictated that Westchester had an opportunity. Now sent right in front. Wonderful check there by Cole to take the Dragons off the puck. It was right on the doorstep. Now Kyle Fiore sent right across. Gianluca Travia, huge hit against Josh Sklar. That's an easy penalty. That's a dangerous hit, and Drexel's getting after him. They got to hold Chris DiCarlo back, and I don't blame him. An absolutely nasty blindside hit, skates off the ice. Quite frankly, Brandon Curtis should be ashamed. .202 to play. There's Curtis to the penalty box. Nobody's going to argue about not wanting physical hockey, certainly. But that's just a dangerous, dangerous hit there. Puck was nowhere near his stick. Blindside hit. And it's a 2-minute minor. They have 9 up on the board as the one taking the penalty. And now there's another one, a 2-minute minor coming to Brandon Curtis. So Tyler Johnson goes to the box, as does Brandon Curtis. Nope. Sorry. It was just, it was not Johnson, so my instincts were correct. 5-on-4, only Curtis. Scoreboard now readjusted. Now Dragons have an opportunity here, trying to cut it to 3-1. Kyle Weller sent to the goal line. James Schickling patient there. Feeds back for Weller. Lim is in the slot. Across. Weller with the shot. It was deflected well there. Great block in front by number 10, Derek Samedi. And it is cleared by Westchester. Churchvara flicks it up for Lim. Lim's long pass goes right to Crowley. Nice catch there by Churchvara. He'll drop it and gain the zone. Churchvara spins back. Opportunity here. Sent right across. Hart will pull it back. 1:06 to play. Churchvara. The shot goes just wide. Don't know if he had an angle there, but it was very close. Now in front, poked away at right in front. James Schickling gets into it, and Dylan Hart into it with Senegan as well. But if you're Drexel, that's what you need. Pound away at the front of the net. Get opportunities in front. Try to find a way on the scoreboard because Brendan Colgan has been absolutely tremendous in net tonight. No doubting the opportunities have been there for Drexel, and now they have a man advantage. Can they poke away and get a goal here before the end of this period? Penalty will expire just as the period is ending. Churchvara fires it across. McGinley got a tip, but it went wide. Nice job by Nicholas Urbani to bat that down and prevent it from going all the way back. Churchvara gains the zone and pulls up. Excellent play there. Slapper from Churchvara just wide. Hagen in front and just wide again. McGinley couldn't get the stick down to the ice on the redirect. 21 seconds left. Just a second behind on the period. Goal! Nicholas Urbani! Another snipe from the point. That wrister is deadly, my friends, and it's 3-1. They cut it from 3-1. Great job by Drexel to attack the net on that power play. They had several opportunities in front, created traffic, and then finding its way to one of their best sharpshooters, Nicholas Urbani. Now Cameron Neely wins this faceoff. Can they get one or two more looks for the end of the period? And they're going to get a penalty. The diminutive Kyle Fiore, not short on guts though. He's getting into it with the Westchester Golden Rams. Perhaps a line of demarcation has been set here late in the second period. Wow. Perhaps not. Kyle Fiore is going to get called for a penalty as well. So that line of demarcation, though, with the gentleman named Uncle Mo. Drexel gets the goal. This crowd is fired up. And a jump in the step. 4-on-4 hockey for the next 6 seconds. And up to the ensuing minute 54. Won by Westchester. This will extinguish the rest of the clock here in the second period. And a very entertaining second period. Westchester gained a 3-0 advantage, and the boos rained down here from the class of 23 arena. These folks don't like that Fiore was sent to the box as well, but it'll be a minute 54 of 4-on-4 action as we move to the third period. 3-1 Westchester, a big goal in the final minute here from Drexel. They cut it to 2. Perhaps a little bit more hop in their step and some momentum. not short on opportunities, not short on chances here in this second period. They lead the shot count 16-15. But again, I think the key will be continue to stay out of the penalty box, get 5-on-5 or perhaps even 5-on-4 man advantage opportunities if you're Drexel. And if you're Westchester, keep doing what you're doing. Control the puck. They've been able to clear the zone pretty well when Drexel has had opportunities. Just two good hockey teams going at it, and we're going to, I think, have a really entertaining third period coming your way. So stay with us. We'll have a couple more interviews coming your way. I know last week against Temple, we had an interview with Lou Nolan from the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame dinner, and I felt so bad about it. Had to cut Lou a little bit short because the third period was starting. So we're going to lead with that and give you another Drexel interview if we have more time. Bob Long on play-by-play. Mike Crisafulli is on camera. We'll be right back after some words from Lou Nolan and the Drexel Dragons hockey players to begin the third period of action. With us last year. We're really excited to have you back, and nice to see you here.
Well, you know, it's a great event. I'm glad to be here, and I'm more honored that I was inducted, and it's great to see friends here that are making that journey the same way, notably Reggie Leach.
Yeah, absolutely. A tremendous player, as you well know, back in the 1975 Stanley Cup teams, and part of that unbelievable line back in the 70s that really just took other teams' lunch money.
I think there were 141 goals from that line. I remember that number because they threw out, it broke some record or something, I don't know, and they threw out these dollar bills, orange dollar bills, and they fluttered down. Nothing reached the ice, but I got a couple of those home. But, I mean, I've seen Reggie score 5 in a game. It's pretty good.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really unbelievable. Yeah. And so if you compare a line like that, a team like that, to some of the other great teams that the Flyers have had, of course they won a Stanley Cup, so that is right there at the top. But what did they bring that makes such a good hockey team and kind of led people to believe and led people to understand what the Flyers' identity was?
Well, you know, when you win the title like that and win the Cup, you basically are in everybody's heart forever. And it's very difficult, you know, with Billy Barber and Clarkie and Reggie together. Reggie could really shoot, and so could Billy Barber. And Clarkie could set them up and then, you know, pick up the garbage that bounced off goalies because the goalies couldn't control the puck. So they popped in a large number of goals. Later on, you know, with Tim Kerr playing and Dave Poulin playing, guys like that, there were people that were almost equal, but not quite equal. And you could be in Game 7 and against Edmonton and not make it, and it's a world of difference from making it and having what it takes to win that Cup.
Really is. You're absolutely right. And against some of the tremendous teams back there in the 1970s, notably they beat the Buffalo Sabres to win the Stanley Cup in 1974 and 1975. How has the game changed in your mind since that time to some of the great players and teams that you see today?
Well, that's a softball question. Speed. The teams that back in those years wouldn't come up the ice with the same speed as they do now across the league. A little more of a snake-like entry into zones. Our guys don't do a lot of that. When they do that, they're offside. Because somebody always wants to go straight at it. But these guys, they're drilled differently. They drill the same thing over and over and over until it becomes part of what they have in their brains as far as how they perform. And speed is the main thing. And talent, I think these guys nowadays keep themselves in better shape. I think they are measured in every single thing that they could possibly be measured in. We have analytics now in the league. 2 or 3 people with the Flyers do analytics. So everybody knows in management what can be done and how somebody's performing.
All right, so I'll try for not 2 softball questions in a row, Lou. I would hate to do that. So let's talk about the junior ranks, and let's talk about USA Hockey and where the future is for USA Hockey in terms of producing prospects. Of course, when we talk about the Olympics, we're not going to be talking about NHL players any longer. So the junior game, the next wave of USA talent, how do you see that?
Well, because there's so much emphasis put on national teams nowadays, and they'll train 50, 60 guys at camp and pull them from different places. I think it's good. I think we're going to be good going forward. Junior hockey and the ages leading up to junior hockey, 16, under 16, under 17s, under 18s, they're better than they ever been. And I think that the future is really strong. Good leadership, good teams, a lot of American players.
And speaking of the juniors, obviously the college game has just exploded in terms of amateurs that are trying to make that next step. You see a team just in this state like Penn State make the jump up to NCAA Division I and the success that they've had. The college game, how do you feel that the college game is being represented both from a media perspective and in terms of the talent that you see then filtering upward?
Well, I think more than ever you have the ability to tune into a college game just about any night you wish to do so because of the proliferation of cable and digital television. And so you can watch people. Now, they're being scouted all the time for talent, just like the juniors are and just like the other professional ranks are. So I think that the college game itself is so exciting. I mean, those guys go out and they run through the end of the boards and nail somebody. I mean, it's it's terrific and nonstop, and they produce some pretty good players, and that's evident by the individuals that have come into the NHL. But I mean, talk about Gostisbehere, right? He was with his team won the Frozen Four, and they won 7-4. He was +7. So I mean, it's ridiculous, and he's played well with us. I think that. Some of the talent has caught up to him. He's got that little move back again that he had in his first couple of years, and then last year he lost a little bit of. It's confidence, He's a good player, and I think that things ahead for our Flyers team are strong.
So why and what in particular gives you that indication? Obviously, a great organization that year after year is trying to put a good team on the ice. And I got to ask you, as you're wearing the beautiful orange tie this evening, what you see out of the Flyers this year. And, of course, there's some great prospects in the pipe, most specifically a guy that'll be in between the pipes.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Carter Hart, who is down in Allentown now, and will probably play a majority of the games there. And he's got a lot to learn. It's just like anybody that comes out of junior, no matter what level you play on. You play national and junior, you're still playing against other junior players. You start playing against men who have a better shot, who will not, will do what they need to do to win a game, including running goalies. So it's a little different there. But he'll go to school there, and Ron Hextall will be very patient with him. And if we hold up okay up here, I think that he'll get his chance to learn, adjust to the shot, adjust to the speed of the game, which is accelerated in both ways. And I think we'll see him here, but I got a funny feeling we won't see him this year.
Yeah, interesting. I know that's the question. There's a lot of fans out there calling for him now, but perhaps the best thing for his development.
Yeah, his numbers aren't great, and I think that is part of the challenge for him to face. How do I make my numbers better? Now, think of the pressure on people here. If he was 5-0 with a 161 goals against average and a 933 save percentage, it's not like that. If it was, there'd be pressure to bring him up every time a goalie has a bad game. But it's not like that. And they, I think they're going to have time with him there, and I think he really needs the time. So Allentown's a nice place.
Yes, it is. Not too bad. Billy Joel once wrote a song about it.
Yes, he did.
Well, before I let you go, I got to give a shout-out on behalf of the Drexel University hockey program. I've been calling their games this year, going to be doing every home game for them, and I know that all those guys and everybody that's associated with hockey in Philadelphia, big fans of yours, I can say the same for myself. Appreciate you coming on and being a part of this.
Well, I'm flattered. Thank you. You know, as I said here when I was inducted, I'm just a kid from Southwest Philly who loved hockey when lots of guys played basketball, and I never believed the ball was coming back to my hand when I dribbled. So instead it was hockey. But thanks for having me on. I appreciate the chance.
It's been a pleasure. Live with Gene Lim here on the Drexel Hockey Network, a sophomore left winger. Gene, welcome. And you guys were working hard out there today. It was a great day at camp and then a great scrimmage in the second half. I'll have you throw that mic right in front of your mouth there. How did it go out there? What did you see from the guys?
Saw a lot of battling going on out there. It looked pretty good for first day back, actually. I know a lot of the kids been working hard over the summer, so you can kind of see it on the ice. But it's still first day, so we're still trying to get our legs under us, but it was a good time.
What does summer look like for you guys? Because here we are in September. They just put the ice down here at the Class of 1923 arena. So where are you guys working, and are you working out together? How does that summer look for a Drexel hockey player?
Well, during the summer, I know if you live in the state, you have I mean, the team, they'll set up like maybe a couple group off-ice workouts during the week, but in terms of skate, maybe like once a week during the summer. And some kids, they also play college elite, like a little showcase somewhere in Philadelphia. I'm not around here, but so I can't like join any of them, but just from what I heard, that's what they do during the off season. So.
And where do you hail from? Where did you go to high school, and how did you make your way to Drexel?
Long story. So anyways, I'm from California, Torrance, California, but I went to high school in Connecticut, like a little prep school. It's called South Kent, when I was like 13. And just from there, I just been living by myself at boarding school, playing hockey, trying to get to the next level. But she asked how I got to Drexel.
Yeah.
Well, my sister, she went to Penn.
Okay.
So when I'd come visit her sometimes, you know, Drexel was right next door. So it's always been in the back of my mind.
Sure.
That it's here. So I don't know, when I was choosing colleges, Drexel seemed like the right fit, just with the co-op, and I didn't know they had hockey at first when I first came.
Really?
I found out that they had tryouts, and I just kind of hopped in.
That's great.
What I could do.
And so how has Coach Zoldi and his staff molded, you know, someone like yourself who maybe didn't know there was going to be hockey, and some guys that knew from, you know, the beginning of their hockey careers that they wanted to play college? I'm sure you did as well. I mean, how does he mold such a different group of individuals together to what was a very successful season last year, and of course hoping for that this year?
I think it's all the rookie captain, bringing all the guys together and just like bonding. If you bond off the ice, you bond on the ice, and you can work together. And yeah.
So how do you guys bond off the ice, Gene?
Doing what guys do. We have a lot of fun. Just sit around, laugh, tell jokes and stuff, and make fun of each other. But
that's great.
Nothing too harsh, though, you know. Just for fun.
Absolutely. So we sit here in the middle of September. Your first home game, or first game in general, is in a couple weekends. Home game, not for about a month. What's it like to come to a venue like this, which is really, I mean, a tremendous atmosphere, a tremendous building? What's it like to call this your home ice?
It's actually pretty special, this rink. It's huge compared to like all other rinks. So when you get the crowd in the stand when you're playing, and then you get everybody cheering, it does pump you up a lot. And yeah, it's a big arena, so like sound travels throughout the rink, and it's fun. It's loud. It can get loud.
It's great. Well, October 13th, that'll be the first home game. I know we'll be looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing you out there.
Sure.
Gene Lim, appreciate the time.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Welcome back, everybody, inside class of 1923 arena. Drexel versus Westchester in a battle of unbeatens in the ECHA standings. Drexel 15-2 overall on the year. Westchester 9-3, and Westchester with a 2-goal lead. Colgan has been so good in net, but had trouble with that Eugene Lim shot. Let's see if Drexel comes out with some enthusiasm here, trying to create the shot in front of a great stick away, that time from Senegan. And now open ice here for Westchester. Feeding across into the slot, Senegan, and a great stick there by Mike Churchvara. Back and forth we go here in the first minute. Eugene Lim's shot was deflected. He'll feed it behind for Churchvara. Churchvara spins with it back behind the net. So capable on that puck. They fight for it. Cameron Neely can't come up with it. Nice play there by Yaller. And everybody will get a change. $18:55 to play, wrapping it around the boards. They wave off the icing, does the linesman. Bob Long on play-by-play. Mike Crisafulli on camera. So happy to be alongside here tonight. And there's an icing called against the Dragons as Derek Samedi wins the race. We came out in a 4-on-4. You're seeing open ice as a result, and a desperate Drexel team looking to get right back into this game. They trail by 2. 32 seconds left on this 4-on-4. Wyeth Cool comes up with the puck and feeds it alongside Jim Mikulik. He had a little bit of trouble with it. Cool now feeds it for Cameron Neely, who flicks it back up. It rolls along the side of the glass, and Cool kicks at it. Now Westchester on their forecheck, looking to keep it in the zone and make life difficult for Drexel. Poked away from Cameron Neely. Neely will come back with it. And Neely gives it away right in front, saved by Wick, and he covers up. Right into the belly of Jeremy Wick, and boy, did he bail out Cameron Neely on that one. And you see Neely right in front. Thank you very much, Jeremy. Jeremy Wick certainly been picking up his guys here tonight. 20 shots. He's allowed 3 goals on those 20 shots, but truly, a lot of those shots, good amount of them have been point blank, and he's had to step up big time. Big hit into the sideboards. Brandon Curtis goes down. He was the one with a nasty hit on Josh Sklar in the second period that Curtis left his skates for, and it certainly brought Josh Sklar off his skates. He was the one taken down there. Mikulik with a little hit into the side on Harganen. 17:45 to play. Westchester in the gold from left to right in this period. Jamie Crane a big hit on Colby Yaller. Now Churchvara taken down, sent into the boards from his knees, gets it back, but only to Yaller. From the point, it's sticked wide there by Jeremy Wick. Churchvara shoves the Westchester Rams forward into the sideboards, and Drexel able to clear. Curtis feeds back in. It's a foot race for the puck. Drexel comes up with it. On the change, here's Hart. Hart. Hagen shot, deflected up, and sticked wide there by Colgan. Very calmly done. Lim in the slot. Shot wide. It was deflected in front there, and an opportunity for Westchester coming the other way. Shot saved by Wick. Couldn't glove it. And fortunate to have Lim there. Back and forth we go. Nicholas Urbani, that pass goes beyond Dylan Hart and should be an icing call. Colby Yoler with the touch, 16:47. Westchester with the lead, and time for everybody to catch their breaths. Well, I think we all saw it coming, but no doubt the ice has opened up here in the third period. More end-to-end action. Michael Crawley deflected there, well done by Eugene Lim. Sent right in front, and they couldn't get the shot off. Desperate to save it at the point, but it hops over the stick of number 10, Derek Samedi. Samedi sends it right back in. Zerby is there, and Zerby couldn't get a hold of it. Eugene Lim flicked across. Good backhand stop by Christopher Hagen. He touches up. Dylan Hart couldn't do anything about it there, so he lets it come back, and now Hagen flips it in. Hart on the forecheck along with Eugene Lim. Shot goes wide. Drexel trying to get that pressure. Gianluca Travia is in there, as is Eugene Lim. He's taken off the puck well. We got a whistle. It'll bring it back into the zone. Face-off will come at the near side circle. 5-on-5 hockey with 16:03 to play. For those of you just joining us, Drexel in the home whites, Westchester in the road golds with the purple stripe across the front of the sweater. Westchester hasn't played as many ECHA games as Drexel, but both teams are unbeaten. The only two unbeaten teams left in the ECHA. Drexel beat only one loss, Navy, last night to drop them back in the standings. So this is truly a battle to be atop the ECHA. Drexel would lead in points, just given the 2 or 3 games additional that they've played in conference play, but Westchester will feel real good about themselves if they can come up with this win on road turf. Drexel trying to change that. Nathan Runk back behind the net, sent across, and it was deflected well there. Can't be kept in at the point by Church Vera, and it's a foot race. It will be won by Jake Horacek of Westchester. Horacek couldn't get it onto the stick, but now sent right across, nobody there. Church Vera taken down. Cameron Neely up at center ice, poked away from him. The bouncing puck is finally corralled, and it will exit the zone. Neely flicks it up. They'll get a change. That almost fooled Colgan. Saved there by Drexel, sent right in, and it's flicked wide there off the stick of Colgan. Hit into the sideboards from James Schickling. Westchester is going to be happy to clear this one, but it might be an ice, and they are going to award Drexel with the ice. Could Nicholas Urbani have cut across and get there? Referee says certainly a clear ice, and it's an opportunity for Drexel with 14:27 to play in the third and final period of regulation. Faceoff is won by number 22, Jake Horacek of Westchester. And they're able to clear the zone. Sent again up the ice. Nice tape-to-tape pass there. Sent right across, and they can't get the tip. It was a great look from there, but could not get it onto the stick of number 26, Joey Kubachka, who will now come all the way back as there's a delayed penalty against Drexel. Colgan is to the bench. Westchester holds the puck, and now the touch comes from James Schickling, and for the 9th time tonight, the Drexel Dragons will be a man down. Nicholas Urbani, the goal scorer, called for the penalty. Westchester with an opportunity to take the game by the throat. Face-off one. Flick right in front. They almost got that shot off. Had an opportunity. A great stick raise that time by Nathan Runk. Runk takes a big piece out of the Westchester Golden Ram. Now in front. Shot saved by Wick. He was up to task as it was a big wind-up and fire from Jack McKeever. And now 2 guys are down in the corner, a whistle blown, and we'll see if there's any repercussion from this from a penalty perspective. Church Vara slow to get up, and it looks like they're walking Michael Rorty, no stranger to the penalty box, off to the sin bin. Well, that's big. Big for Drexel. There was 100 seconds left on this power play. Now a 2-minute minor comes to Michael Rorty. And for the next 100 seconds, we'll be 4-on-4. More open ice as Weller took a shot right off the faceoff. It went off the side netting. Pretty good effort. Weller in front, saved there. Pad save by Brendan Colgan. Save there as it got up into the shoulder area of Jeremy Wick. We go end to end here at the Class of 1923 Arena. Face-off won there by Westchester, fed back in. Gianluca Travia up the ice. Finds Jamie Crane. Crane across. Can't find its way all the way to Kyle Weller. Crane, good job to stay on that puck and get it back up to the point. Wyeth Cool, the shot, probably a little bit ill-advised, blocked right off the stick by Senegan. And tipped there by Westchester out of the zone. A tremendous play by Michael Crawley. Crawley gets it back at the red line. Horacek has it now, goes through the legs, makes one miss, comes in, and there's a penalty called. And a tripping will be called against the Dragons of Drexel. Gianluca Travia, the culprit. 4-on-3 upcoming. Travia doesn't like the call. And this is where it gets dangerous here for the Dragons. 4-on-3 for the next 40 seconds. An opportunity for Westchester to really take this game by a stranglehold. They already lead by 2. Big boys out on the ice for Drexel on the penalty kill. Cameron Neely, number 25, he'll take the faceoff. Jim Mikulik, number 29, and Mike Churchvara. Faceoff, one back to Yawler. Yawler's shot, it might have even been a pass, had an opportunity to clear it for Drexel, but they could not. Now back behind the net, Churchvara will be first to get there, whips it around, and they will be able to clear. Cameron Neely up on the puck, taken off quickly there by number 17, Jack McKeever. But then Neely, he'll feed it out wide. They might even send this all the way back. They do. Tremendous look up the ice there from Cameron Neely up to the tape of Churchvara. Churchvara spins on the puck. Shot saved there by Colgan. He's up to task. Now Drexel able to maintain the puck again. Nathan Runk comes onto the ice. Drexel gets a change. We are now to 4-on-4, but that is ending soon as well. 2 seconds down to 1. Michael Rorty back onto the ice for Westchester, and it's 5-on-4. Schickling shot saved again by Colgan, and that should be a trip. Not called. Wow, looked like it was right in front of the play. Schickling sticks the stick out, grabs a guy in the air and takes him down. No penalty there against Drexel, and I think they got away with one, and now an ice called against Westchester. So certainly a series of fortunate events for the Drexel Dragons as they'll get the face-off deep in the defensive zone for Westchester. 35 seconds left on the penalty kill. And all they need to be thinking about is killing this next 35 seconds and then getting skaters out on the ice and pressing forward for the next 11 minutes. Face-off won by Kyle Weller. They're whipping around the boards. Eugene Lim trying to take off the puck, Yawler, but he does a nice job to stay with it. And it should be another ice. No, they wave it off. They waved it off as they had a Drexel Dragon in the area on that side. It will clear the zone, however. Now a 2-on-1, right in front, just wide. It was flicked high and wide by Westchester. Jeremy Wick got a little poke in there to make things difficult. 5-on-5 now as Westchester holds it behind the net. Onto the stick of Rorty. Back in front, Crawley, big time block from Cameron Neely, throwing his body onto the ice again. Still can't quite get that switch. Tired legs on the ice for the Dragons. Sent across, big hit there. Kyle Weller in front, now an opportunity for the Dragons. They try to get the clear, but they can't. And that's deflected up and into the netting. We'll have a face-off inside the defensive zone of the Dragons. 9:49 to play. Shots are even. 23 for Drexel, 22 for Westchester. It's going back and forth. But the goal total, Westchester 3, Drexel 1. Drexel, the home team, dressed in white here tonight. Westchester in gold, moving from left to right this period. Tapped out of the zone there. Patrick McGinley poked it forward. Kyle Fiore on the chase. Drexel might have to start taking some chances. McGinley taking off the puck. Up on Wick. Wick will slide it to the side where Jim Nikolic has it. Long pass onto the tape of McGinley. McGinley takes it off the face as he keeps it in the zone. Nearly one-time shot. It was deflected in front, but did get all the way to the goaltender, Colgan. Churchvar, that one gets to the shot again. Nearly, that one was off the head of Colgan, and Colgan does just enough. Into the top netting, and we'll get a face-off. So 3 shots just like that for Drexel. They're keeping themselves certainly in front of the net as much as they possibly can. Still trail by 2. Westchester doing a great job on defense to try to clear out opportunities when they come, and Colgan is that last stand. Danny Hargaden throws it up and past the outstretched stick of number 12, Mike O'Brien. And so it's cleared back in by Drexel. Dylan Hart tattoos his man into the backboards. And Churchvar taking one of those chances I was talking about, pinching up, forcing Urbani back. Long pass onto the stick of Hagen, although he couldn't control it. Now Hagen has to wait for Dylan Hart to come out of the zone, and does. Churchvara onto the stick of Urbani and whips it around. Colgan back there well. Flicked up ahead by number 18, Tom Cole, and Westchester will get a full change. Churchvara off the boards, and that may be an icing against Drexel. No, they wave it off. They said that James Schickling got a touch. That long pass goes out past Sennigan, and Travia back there to get it. Under 8 minutes to play. Drexel needs 2. Westchester trying to be the only unbeaten team in the ECHA by taking down the home Dragons. Clearance there, opportunity. Here's Sennigan, right on, it's wide. Jeremy Wick got out in front, cut down the angle. Wyeth Cool is cool and collected on that one. Calmly takes it back. Here comes James Schickling. Schickling fighting hard against Joey Kubachka. Now sent right in front. That one over top of the stick of Weller. Turning with it, Schickling. Schickling's shot is blocked right off his stick by Patricioni of Westchester. Cool into the shot. Off the glove of Colgan. Sent right in front, nobody there. They can't keep it in. Patricioni back behind against Cool. Shot from an off angle, a goal! Michael Patricioni makes it 4-1 Westchester. Came out, he tried his best, cut down the angle, and Patricioni just slots it perfectly. Beat him glove side. And Drexel's in trouble, 6:39 to play. (4-1) Westchester. They won by that score yesterday. A 4-1 win over Towson on the road. It's been a long day, a long weekend of traveling for both of these teams. They went down to the, we'll say, the Maryland area. Towson for Westchester, Navy for Drexel. certainly Navy was a game that Drexel was ready for and got up for in a big way. They won that one 7-4. Very impressed, though, by Westchester and their ability to play the way they have here tonight, and perhaps Drexel just a little bit flat coming into the night. That shot right on the frame, saved by Colgan again. .6:13 to play. Face-off coming in the zone for Drexel. Time needs to be now if they want to find a way to cut back into this lead. Kept in there. Another opportunity. Cole, save made right against the post by Wick. He got the glove in front. That one might have found a way to slither in, if not for the saving glove of Wick. Churchvara feeds that one in. Colgan is back there. Good aggressive play by Christopher Hagan. Drexel's throwing everything they have into this right now, trying to keep it in the zone. Colby Yoller sends it around the side boards, and Westchester very effectively able to get it out of the zone. Eugene Lim carries it up himself. It's poked away from him, maybe doing a little bit too much. That time by Derek Samedi, and a little bit of extracurriculars as Eugene Lim and Danny Hargaden gets into it. Eugene Lim, I think, is being booked right now, and he's not particularly happy about it. Only after coaxing will he find his way into the box. Referees will have a discussion with both benches here. 5:24 to play. Westchester goes back onto the power play. And if you're Westchester, you'll take that not necessarily, I mean, of course, for the opportunity to score, but just for 2 minutes of possession, a man up. Three-goal lead for the Westchester Golden Rams with 5:24 to play. Joey Kubachka, their best face-off man in the circle, along with Kyle Weller. Conversation is now done over at the Westchester bench, and we're back underway. Face-off won by James Schickling. Drexel's only two losses this year to Davenport, a nationally ranked Davenport team, and Rhode Island, a team that is also very, very talented. Westchester looking to join that list of teams that have beaten the Drexel Dragons. And Westchester trying to get their 10th win on the young season. Jamie Crane back behind the net. Crane tried to feed it up to the slot. A nice deflection there and an opportunity for Westchester. 2-on-1. Center cross, and Wyeth Cool gets his stick on the ice and makes the stop. Good block in front. By the way, I must have made some sort of mistake there, or perhaps it was a penalty that did not lead to a man advantage, because Eugene Lim appears to still be in the box, but it is 5-on-5 as we sit right now. And nothing on the board. Kyle Fiore back behind the net. Looking for reinforcements, gets it back to Jim Mikulik. Puck rolls over his stick, and it leads to a clearance here for Crowley. Icing is waved off, and it comes right in front. Here's Mike Churchvara. No numbers for Drexel. Churchvara has to go right at him anyway. We're under 4 minutes to go in this one. Right in front, Fiore now comes back behind the net. Fiore across, Mikulik is in there, they punch away at it, and they take down the Drexel Dragon on the play right in front of the net. Colgan comes up with the save, and they did not take too kindly to Dylan Hart crashing the net. So a penalty will be called against Westchester. That'll go against 2-goal scorer Michael Patricioni. Also, Christopher Hagan goes to the box for Drexel, so it'll be 4-on-4. Timeout on the ice. Called by Drexel. And Kyle Zoldi and team, they're going to right now have to figure out how to get a goal in this next minute or so span. This is the Drexel Hockey Network. It's live here on YouTube. It is live on Twitter. At Drexel Hockey is the way to get there. And we're with you every single home game this season for Drexel. Excited to be alongside. Get a live look inside the huddle, and you see there's a patron here at the Class of 1923 Arena that wants that same view. We mentioned the standings coming in the ECHA, and these are standings that are from an overall record perspective, so these points are a little bit skewed. Westchester 8-3-1, yes, coming into this weekend, but hadn't lost a game and have not lost a game in ECHA play itself, and are looking to remain the only unbeaten team in ECHA play. The regular season champion in the ECHA will get the automatic bid. You see Wick is out of the net. Drexel has gone to the extra skater. It's 5-on-4 since it's the 2-minute minors being served right now. Hart, good look inside. It goes in the net. It's a goal. They got the goal. It was a late signal. Looked like it might have been post. The net did come off its mooring as well. And the signal comes for the goal. It's 4-2. Jamie Crane cuts it to 2 with 3:07 to play. And the bold move from Zoldi and Cole on the bench pays off. Wick will return to the net. Let's talk about Dylan Hart. What a look there. Boy, he found Bradley Crane. Crane fires it upper 90. It bounced right back out of the net. But because you didn't hear that twang of the post, that's good, pretty good indication that it went in the net. Referee was a little late with the signal, but indeed, it's a goal for the Dragons. And Wick will very quickly come to the bench once the puck was advanced into Westchester territory. Here's Dylan Hart. Hart's puck goes off the stick of Curtis. Crane drops it back for Kyle Weller. Weller is patient in the slot. Sent right in front. Crane tries to score again and can't. That one went wide. 2:41 to play. 5-on-4. Drexel with the extra skater. 2-minute minors being served. Right across goal! Set in front, James Schickling. Schickling got the tip. James Schickling with the goal. It's 4-3. And Westchester might have an issue. 2:31 left. It's down to 1. Now you're going to see Wick go back to the goal for a little bit longer. He was immediately coming out when it was 3 and when it was 2 goal deficits. But now that it's 1, as we said, 2:31 left, you can afford to have Wick in there for about 30 seconds to a minute if you want, to see if anything develops organically. But perhaps the Riverboat coach himself, Kyle Zoldy, might pull Wick out right away. It's been successful enough. What a game. Well, so next weekend, folks, is Thanksgiving, so Drexel won't play next weekend. But our next home broadcast is for the Night Owls out there. Friday, November 30th. That's a 10:30 p.m. puck drop. That's right, we're not flying out to Cali, but it's a 10:30 p.m. puck drop. I'm looking at Mike right now. I hope he's up late for that one. Don't worry, we'll be out of here by 1:30. Face-off 1, and Wick comes right to the bench. Face-off 1, and Schickling tried to throw it in front. Hart's back there, wrapped around, and Colgan makes the save. Schickling was trying to go for his second goal of the night. Well, this is why you come to the rink right here. This is big-time hockey in the ECHA. Flicked up, but not out. Crane, good look for Churchvar. Takes the shot. It's blocked in front and sent all the way down the ice. Foot race for icing here. Churchvar with the long strides and will win the race. And that is why you come to the rink in the beginning of summer and get those skates in.
I thought it was 21-19.
Yeah, so on that third goal, by the way, we did have a change from the score sheet as they fire it down the ice. It's wide. And they finish the goal. Westchester goes back up 2. Second goal of the game for Tiernan Senegan. Senegan puts Westchester up 2. And there's still a $1:52 to go. So we got a long way to go here. Still, if you can believe it, 10 seconds left on the offsetting 2-minute minors. So now Wick will come to the bench as Churchvara glides into the zone. Sent across. Cameron Neely couldn't bring it to the front of his stick. Neely sent across. McGinley there after the block from Curtis. Travia, shot goes just wide. Hagan follows up, and his shot was wide as well. Saved in there. McGinley sends it wide, and it was deflected there, flicked down the ice, and it'll be another icing call. 1:20 left. 5-3 is your score. Live from the Class of 23 Arena. Bob Long on play-by-play. Mike Crisafulli is on color. So as I was mentioning, the third goal from Drexel, the referee gave James Schickling the assist, not the goal, and gave Jamie Crane the goal. I thought it was the other way around. All of us in the press box did as well. But on the official score sheet, at least as of now, that third goal for Drexel goes to Jamie Crane, which would be his second of the night. 1 minute left in this game. Drexel with the empty net, trailing by 2. They've scored twice with the empty net thus far. Hagan's taken off the puck. Sent back across and behind the net. McGinley is in there. Cameron Neely, he's got to fire it in front. Shot, lifted, punched around that, and Colgan was looking behind him. He made the save, but he had no idea where the puck was. Got his body in the way and did just enough. Tonight. Drexel throwing all their bodies at the net, trying to sneak another goal in here in the next 10 or 15 seconds to try to get one or two looks. Long shot in front, saved there by Colgan. Brought back into the zone. Urbani has to move it quickly. Slipped up there. Dylan Hart will whip it around. Under 24 seconds left. Weller has it. Weller back behind the net. And he can't get it up to Churchvara. All their guys at the net. And once again, Brendan Colgan is up to task. Seven seconds left in this one. It looks like Westchester's going to get out of here with a win. Face-off one, sent all the way down to two, down to one, and that is your ball game. Westchester a 5-3 winner over the Drexel Dragons, and they remain unbeaten in the ECHA. Handshakes after this one. A lot of respect on both sides there. Westchester came to play here tonight. They complete the weekend unbeaten and remain the only unbeaten team in the ECHA. For Drexel, it's their first home loss of the year. They fall to 15-3. Certainly still a tremendous campaign. They have more than everything ahead of them. Still control their own destiny, of course, as they have a trip to Westchester coming up later in the year. But it's certainly a tough one to stomach after you come off the huge win on the road at Navy. And couldn't quite finish this one off. But give all credit to the Westchester Golden Rams who came out here and played a really good game of hockey. Credit the Drexel Dragons for fighting all the way. The two empty net goals make it 5-3. And it'll be 2 weeks off for the Drexel Dragons here. So we mentioned Drexel, 15-3 on the year. We may have interviews for you with one of the coaching staff for the Drexel Dragons to get his thoughts on the game. Certainly may not as well. We're going to take a break and we'll come back in just a few minutes with a decision one way or the other. We're going to talk to the folks in the Drexel locker room and hopefully get somebody to come up and have a discussion as we close this one out. Final is Westchester 5, Drexel 3. Bob Long has been on play-by-play. Mike Crisafulli has been on camera. And we'll be back in just a few minutes, hopefully with an interview with one of the Drexel Dragon coaches. Thanks, everybody, for being with us. Hopefully you can stay with us. And until, for those of you that are bidding us adieu, a reminder, our next home game, November 30th, a Friday, 10:30 p.m. Yes, sir, it's a late one. Still here on the East Coast. So for the Night Owls out here, this is the game for you. The final, 5-3. Westchester, with the win, stays unbeaten in the ECHA, and we'll be right back. Stand by for an interview with head coach Kyle Zoldi. Stand by for an interview with head coach Kyle Zoldi. Appreciate the folks that have hung on for this long. The head coach of the Drexel Dragons will be on to chat about his team's 5-3 loss on what was really a very difficult weekend coming in, facing off against the top two teams in the ACHA and going 1-1 in that stretch. Head coach Kyle Zoldi coming up next here on the Drexel Hockey Network. Head coach of the Drexel Dragons, Kyle Zoldi, with us on the Drexel Hockey Network. Coach, a tough 5-3 loss out there. Yeah. Guys with a lot of fight at the end of that game.
Absolutely.
Tough weekend, obviously, facing the top two teams in the ECHA, getting the win last night and fighting like heck tonight. What'd you learn about your team?
I mean, I think we learned kind of what we already knew. I mean, we have a lot of guys in here that can play a lot of roles. We're a deep team. Last night we were able to get into the flow a little bit more and roll 4 lines and use a little bit of everybody. Tonight it was a little bit chaotic out there, and it turned into a lot of a special teams battle, an opportunity where we just didn't really get into the flow to utilize our depth. And you know, I think our identity is getting 4 lines going and have everybody rolling, and you know, it just didn't work out that way tonight. But
a lot of guys that had to go to the penalty box, a lot of penalty minutes incurred by your team. What's the message either in between periods or after a game like this where there were a lot of guys that had spent some time?
Yeah. I think, you know, in the first period, it was a lot of stick penalties. So, you know, the message there is we got to start moving the feet. Because I think, you know, that's when you get yourself into problems with the stick penalties, the slashes, the hooks. You know, it's a lot of it is just not moving. So, you know, we sent that message in the middle of the first and second. And then, you know, it turned into a little bit more physical penalties in the second, I felt. But, you know, into the third, it's stay out of the box. We need every bit of time to stay on the attack and get ourselves back in this game. And, you know, we almost did that towards the end there. So, again, they know it's just unacceptable how many penalties we took tonight. And we won't harp on it, but it was addressed after the game as well. And, you know, we do some nice skating on Tuesday mornings when we have a big penalty weekend. So we'll have one of them ahead of us, too.
Well, we'll have that to look forward to, certainly. But now you take 2 weeks off, certainly not from the practice. Like you said, it's really a time to get kind of fine-tuned. You have the Thanksgiving break in there as well. For the fans out there, what will the next 2 weeks look like before your next game?
Yeah, I think so the boys will spend tonight here, and then Monday, I think they finish up classes, and we don't have any practice next week. So it's a nice period after, you know, a long stretch. I think we end up playing about 18 games here so far. So it's time to, you know, get home to the families, enjoy the time with family and friends, and relax and get the mind off hockey for a little bit. We'll come back. We have 2 weekends of games before the Christmas break, which is even longer than that. So this will be a good opportunity to just re-energize and refocus, come back hopefully with good 3 efforts and 3 wins, and then enjoy the holidays.
So it feels like a fairly natural point of demarcation with the 2 weeks off and then a little bit before you go to Christmas. Yeah. Where would you evaluate where your team is right now?
I mean, so I think it's 15-3. So pretty happy with the start. You know, obviously it's not ideal to go out off on a break. You like to go on a break with a nice win to enjoy. Now you got to wait a little bit longer to get back at it and get on in the W column. But we have a really talented group in there. We battled through a lot of injuries in the last month, and there's been a lot of guys stepping up, playing bigger roles, digging deeper and doing whatever's asked of them. So it's been a real team effort to get us to that 15-3 mark, and I'm proud of it. And I think we'll be fully healthy soon, and we'll see what the sky's the limit for this team. So we'll see where we can get to.
Appreciate the time after the game, Coach.
Absolutely, Bob. Thanks a lot.
Kyle Zoldi, head coach of the Drexel Dragons, on a 2-week break now, but we'll be back on the 30th of November at 10:30 p.m. puck drop. I know I'll be here. I know you will be, but I think we got some Night Owl fans as well that'll be with us.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it.
Thanks for being with us, folks, on the Drexel Hockey Network. Appreciate it, Kyle.
Yeah, absolutely.